Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brian. I'm a whiskey wimp. Today, we're doing another version of What's in the Bag. And Matt, lucky son of a gun, is gonna come over and figure out what bottle it is I pulled out of his collection. Since he's been doing all kind of pours from my collection, trying to get me to figure out what it is that I'm tasting. Shh, don't tell him. It's Blanton's Gold label. Oh, Matthew! We're gonna see if Matt knows his own whiskey collection, if he can figure out what's in the bag.
What's in the bag?
That's for you to find out, for me to know, and me to drink along while I'm enjoying what I'm having, knowing it's yours. Before we dive into this, I'd like to thank everybody for watching. I'd like to thank everybody that's come over from last year and is still watching this year.
Thank you.
We're barking like dogs. Just we'd appreciate if you could bark a like that, bark a subscribe, and bark those notifications so that you know when we're uploading the next thing, and maybe yipe down below and let us know how it feels to be trapped in that hallway while we film. Also, I'd like to talk to you guys about our Patreon. If you see these nice fancy glasses, one of the perks of our Patreon is you get glasses. And there's many other perks. There's a link down in the description every video. If you read the description of our video, you're probably getting tired of reading. Guess what? Whiskey Wimps has started a Patreon page. And we're basically trying to get as many people to join so that we can share our experiences with you. And we're gonna start doing live streams as soon as we hit 1,000 subscribers. And we're gonna be giving away this bottle of Remus Repeal Batch 5 once we start doing those live streams.
That's good stuff.
All that. It's one of my favorites from last year. One of my favorites of the cigar. But Matt, I digress.
You do digress. Me out. Thank you.
And before we get to Matt's dog, we're gonna also talk about our top 5 whiskeys that we're excited to see coming forward in 2022. Now, this is homework I gave Matt that he apparently didn't turn in, but
the dog ate it.
Matt, what are never mind. I don't know why I'm asking you. Hi, dog. We said hi very much today already. We said hi so many times. I'm not going to let you knock over Matt's whiskey. I am going to say, since Matt didn't do his homework, I'm going to talk about the top 5 whiskeys that I'm looking forward to being released this year in 2022. The first one being whatever special release Jack Daniels happens to drop. Because based on this Coy Hill, and based on which I've got, even though we haven't opened yet, because we're still trying to decide if we're going to flip it or not, between this...
I think we are going to flip it.
Are we gonna flip it?
I want my 800
We'll know by the end of the month if we're gonna flip it or not. Between the single barrel barrel-proof rye that they released previously, I'm just excited to see what they release next, and I'd be super stoked to get.
Do you think they'll release something that's higher than 10 years?
This is my releases. Drink your whiskey. Figure out what it is.
Well, first I gotta say this glass is phenomenal.
Thanks.
The etching, phenomenal. I love the whiskey with the little parentheses.
Stop looking at your dog. He can't help you.
No, looking at my dog. Smoking the whiskey. Trying to think which one it is.
No, just to get your notes in order, and then that'll help you with what it is.
This is my first time doing what's in the bag.
First time I did, I got mine right, so no pressure.
No, I gotta say, filming indoors, it just brings out the nastiness in you.
I'd say it keeps it in. So for my second whiskey that I'm looking forward to, Russell's Reserve. I fortunately was able to get a sample of, thank you, Mr. Inexperienced Whiskey New Guy, Barry, a freaking rock star, sent me a sample of Russell's 13 so I could get to try it. Which again, to plug the Patreon one more time, if you guys want to join, check out the thing. Maybe you could be drinking this whiskey with us right now.
Wait, did they get some of this?
They might get some of this. It's your whiskey, so you get. I've given plenty of whiskey to our patrons. How much whiskey have you given to our patrons, Matthew? I've shared Master's Keep. I've shared all kinds of fun stuff with our patrons because I love our patrons. I even talk to them on Discord.
Oh, brother.
Anyway, Russell's 13 was fantastic, and if there's another Russell's coming out, I'd love to actually get a bottle or find it in a store that's not charging $400 or $500 for it. Would be great. But if not, then maybe some more lucky friends out there that do the same thing for us in the Midwest and the East Coast could do what we do here on the West Coast, which is send out those hard to finds so that everybody can get a little taste. What are you getting on the nose, Matt? We're 10 minutes in this video, haven't given us a single nosing note.
Getting like citrus. Like citrus peel.
All right.
Like heavy in the citrus peel.
Heavy citrus peel. Anyway, so my third whiskey that is in my top 5 being excited about being released in 22, Stag Junior.
Are they going to release a new one?
They better. But you know what? They're not going to be calling it Junior. They're dropping the Junior.
I know they're dropping the Junior.
You know why?
Why?
Because they didn't release George T. Stagg last year, so they're just going to blend them all together. It's just going to be Stag. I don't know that that's the truth, but I do know that that's what I said.
I'm going in. Okay.
So far we're getting citrus and dog bones. Suck the citrus right out of your dog bone.
It's very light.
Is it?
Light whiskey.
Do you have a proof? You've sipped it now. Do you have
Yeah.
any tasting notes?
A little bit of apple. It's very light proof. I would say it's 100 or less. Can I ask which shelf you picked this from?
No, because I don't remember.
Freaking A.
Any guesses at a distillery, maybe? So that would help you narrow it down.
No, because I'm not. See, it's not. It's not Booker's. Definitely not a Booker's line here.
Don't look at your shelf.
I can look at my shelf as much as I want to.
I can't from my what's in the bag.
I don't care what you can't do. This is my house, and I can do what I want.
Taking my ball and going home.
It's my party.
So the fourth thing I'm looking forward to is something from Starlight. Anything from Starlight. Carl Huber. I had their cognac finish. Oh,
Phenomenal.
phenomenal, especially with a cigar. Like the cognac finish cuts through the cigar and it's like this real gentle, like very wet mouthfeel. Like the wettest mouthfeel ever. Just like almost like ice cubes melting on your tongue wet. Like the wetness is just gonna go on forever and ever and ever and ever and ever. Beautiful, beautiful. Anything from Starlight. I'm looking forward to whatever Starlight releases this year. And while Matt's still figuring out what distillery he wants to take a swing at, things like this. Lucky 7 Holiday Toast. This Woody Creek that we just found today from Colorado. Straight bourbon whiskey, 6 years old, 119 proof, 70% corn, and 15 and 15 on the rye and barley. Handcrafted in small batches using Colorado Springs water. Just finding things that are different. Finding things that are not on the forefront. Finding things that nobody's done a review on yet.
Like our Trader Joe's one from last week. Or
People have done Facebook reviews on Trader Joe's.
yeah, Facebook reviews. That's like half-ass reviews. Did they have the time to edit it and put it on YouTube?
I don't know, Matt. Do you have the time to edit it and put it on the YouTube? I'd love to pass off some responsibilities one day.
Do you really want me to edit it?
No. I mean, yeah, I'd love for you to give it a swing at editing. Not this episode, though. This one's all mine. You got any distillery in mind? Or you're just going to take a wild swing?
I'm going to take a wild swing. Because, man. I haven't had this one in a while.
That's good. Well, there you go. That's something, right?
Yeah. Definitely been on more of Booker's. Is this Wilderness Trail?
Here. I feel like you're like my kids when we play 20 questions. Is it a person, place, or thing? Oh, it's a thing? Spider-Man. Like, let's narrow it down a little bit.
That's the thing. I can't get the.
Is it bourbon or rye? Is it scotch? I don't think you have any.
I don't have any scotch.
Is it bourbon or rye?
Bourbon. Definitely bourbon, not
Okay.
rye.
Do you have Wilderness Trails bourbon?
I do.
You do? Oh,
I think so.
I didn't see it.
No. It's obviously not that then.
I thought you only had Wilderness Trail rye.
Maybe not Wilderness Trail.
So you know it's bourbon. Or you've narrowed down to bourbon. You think it's 100 proof or less.
Hold on a second. Can I feel the bag?
No.
You got to feel all the other bags.
After I made my guess.
After I make my guess, can I feel the bag?
Yeah.
Okay, good. It's a light bourbon.
I don't know if that's a category, but
I'm almost thinking Canadian.
Canadian bourbon? What have you learned in 2021 that you're bringing into 2022? Canadian bourbon. Oh my gosh, I'm dying.
From last week, going from the heavy stuff to this much lighter one, I'm having a very hard time picking out anything.
It's like your dog in the corner of that tile over there, having a hard time picking out anything.
No,
It's a bourbon, possibly Canadian bourbon. Don't touch it. You haven't made a guess yet. That was one of the rules. Don't make me knock you off your stools.
Stools. I'm only putting on. I'm only on.
Because you're shitting your pants because you're so nervous about getting it wrong. Just get it wrong already.
I don't know what it is.
It's not a big deal. Just like narrow it down, dude. You know.
I can't figure it out. I can't. It tastes like water.
So the notes I've gotten you so far are citrus on the
Citrus
nose.
water, yes.
Citrus on the nose.
That's all I'm getting is citrus and
No
water.
caramel, no vanilla, no creme brulee.
Creme brulee.
Creme brulee on the nose?
No.
Oh my goodness. Vanillas? They're all there.
The citrus is really hitting me strong right now.
Okay. So what gives you citrus? What whiskeys have given you citrus in the past that you drink that you
Old
own?
Fitzgerald.
Old Fitzgerald. Mm-hmm. Okay.
It's not Old Fitzgerald though.
It's not a weeded bourbon.
No, it's not Wheaton.
Well, that would be Old Fitzgerald.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It's not Old Fitzgerald.
It's the longest what's in a bag we've yet to film in our professional careers.
God, it better not be Blanton's. I have no idea.
He has no idea.
I'm gonna say Blanton's. That's my guess. It's Caribou
Based
Crossing.
on what? Citrus?
It's Blanton's.
Blanton's Gold, to be exact.
Man.
So it's 103 proof. You're close on the proof. 100 or less is 100 and a little bit above, but you know.
Did get the Blanton's right though.
You got the Blanton's right, you know? I almost want to give you a high five, but you were such a little freaking whiny poop about the whole process that...
Everything is better with whiskey. And one less friend.